Good afternoon, everybody, and a very warm welcome to the LGBT Plus Business Forum. My name is Gerhard Stephan. It is my pleasure to be your facilitator for this afternoon. I hope and I'm sure we will have an exciting afternoon, and it is my pleasure now to hand over to the opening words to Ms. Astrid Van Wurm-Wilhelm and Ferry Thierry, President and Vice President of PrideBiz Austria.
Thank you very much. I'm really pleased to know that so many people from all over Europe are taking part in today's LGBT Plus Business Forum. The LGBT Plus Business Forum bases on an initiative of PrideBiz Austria and IBM. At this point, also big thanks especially to Marijn Pijnenberg, who made this support possible. Since 2008, queer businesswomen and Austrian gay professionals have been working together intensively in order to make LGBT plus people more visible in the workplace. And to foster our engagement, we founded PrideBiz Austria to become the umbrella organization of queer businesswomen and Austrian gay professionals. As to the LGBT Business Forum, since 2012, we are inviting leaders of all lines to participate, to discuss, to exchange their experiences and to receive new impulses for the implementation of LGBT plus diversity in their organizations. Today, Raiffeisen Bank International is hosting the LGBT plus Business Forum, and this obviously makes sense as Raiffeisen Bank International is present in many countries of the CEE region and is highly engaged in the topic of LGBT plus diversity. Now I will hand over to my colleague Ferry Thierry for more information on PrideBiz Austria.
Thank you, Astrid. As you already mentioned, we have been working intensively together since 2008 to make people and organizations understand why LGBT plus diversity is so relevant, to connect the organizations in order to benefit from their know-how and their experiences, to support individuals in their self-conception of being LGBT plus, and to connect our members to foster professional and personal growth. As the cooperation between queer businesswomen and Austrian gay professionals has been fruitful for so many years, we have decided in 2019 to join forces and to create a common platform for our two organizations, so-called PrideBiz Austria. We have become the #1 contact point for Austrian companies and public institutions in Austria. So PrideBiz Austria is the umbrella organization for our existing joint projects, which is besides the annual LGBT plus business forum. We award the so-called Meritus to companies and public institutions implementing LGBTI diversity management and inclusion, specifically regarding to LGBTI. Our third project is the so-called Forschungspreis, a research award for academic papers on LGBTI issues, chosen by a jury of top-ranked scientists, happening again this November. Last but not least, we invite all the people engaged in LGBTI diversity in business to our annual Pride networking launch, which usually takes place on the day before the Vienna Pride in June. We would like to invite all the organizations and companies to join our platform, PrideBiz Austria, for example, as PrideBiz Allies, PrideBiz Ally organizations as our permanent cooperation partners. You are benefiting from know-how transfer and our communication channels to show your LGBTI engagement. One thing is for sure, together we will manage to make our society a better one. It would be wonderful if you decide to contribute to this open society. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Astrid and Ferry, for your opening words. Now I would like to introduce to you the host of this event. We are actually today here in the premises of RBI. It's my pleasure to introduce the CRO, Chief Risk Officer and member of the board of RBI, Mr. Hannes Mösenbacher. Mr. Mösenbacher, I would like to ask you a question. RBI had a huge focus on diversity throughout the Diversity 2020 initiative in the last years. How does RBI include LGBT plus topics into this initiative, and why is it important to RBI?
What is important for us when we talk about LGBTI, it is not just the head office here in Vienna. I think Vienna can claim that we have quite an open-minded and diverse society already in place. but we are acting in over 13 countries, from Belarus to Albania, from Russia to Czech Republic. This is the area where we are allowed to serve our clients, and it's very important for us and has a very high relevance. As said by my previous speakers and guests here, to create the awareness that people are having very difficult and demanding times if they cannot openly talk about their sexual orientation, this is a real pity. And we are not exploring the full potential of human being. So as said, I would like to encourage all of us to be here open-minded, and that it is something as normal as everyday life in an open-minded community and society. With an RBI, take this diversity really serious. You can see it, I'm standing here, I was supporting, and I was really very emotional and touchy when we were raising the rainbow flag, and on the many other occasions where we can demonstrate that we believe, and that we are not just believing, but that we're also delivering on this topic. And we are proud. We are proud because since 2018, we have a special group of people in praise. But the colleagues of the LGBTIQ community and straight allies really working closely together to make the whole story and this topic a topic, and that's in our organization, and that we discuss, and that we embrace it, and that we see how we can develop it further on a daily basis. And creating also a working environment which is just enhancing RBI's group culture. It is proven, and it goes without saying, that it's increasing the productivity, the loyalty, and also the joy of life and working in such an environment. Goes without saying that the full board of RBI Group is supporting the raising of the awareness when it comes to the sexual orientation, and having a working environment established where people can work in an authentic manner. Thank you.
Now, it is my pleasure to welcome Ms. Patricia Neumann, Country General Manager of IBM here. IBM is the co-initiator of the Business Forum. And actually what I would like to ask you, Ms. Neumann, IBM has been intensively engaged in LGBT plus diversity over the last years. Which challenges do you currently see at IBM with regard to sexual orientation and identities?
So thanks for the question. First, thank you to you, Mr. Mösenbacher, for hosting us here for RBI today, making it possible that we are together, even if not physically. So yes, IBM has a very long track record on a history which makes us IBMers very proud on this topic, because it's not just talking, it's really about doing things. And the current topic, maybe, which is really recent topic, what we are very proud on to work on, is, when you select in an official register in a country, you can select most of the times male or female. And our intention is really to open up here, and we're working in our own HR systems to make this possible. We are very happy that the Ministry of Interior recently submitted a decree which allows now to select between male, female, interdiverse, or even give no information about this choice. So I think that's something where we, IBM, can be a role model, and at the same time, coming from the IT industry, also make it possible that in all these systems, in a state or in companies, this adjustment is possible. Other topics close to LGBT plus is like, for example, gender-free bathrooms. That's what we have introduced in several countries, also here in Austria. So it's really gender neutral, what we offer in our location for employees. Very recently, we issued for all employees in the German-speaking countries a guide for gender-neutral language. And when I read through the guide the first time, I was really impressed how many pages it really needs to have a careful language using a gender-neutral language. So those are two examples what we are doing currently in IBM. And for today, embracing the LGBT plus challenge or let's say initiative for the CEE countries is something very special. As a RBI and IBM, we are both operating in an international environment, so we do have a lot of experience here. And I would like to make one thing very clear. IBM has one diversity and inclusion policy, and that's valid for all countries where we operate in. And of course, we adhere to legal requirements, but within IBM, we are very proud that all the values and all we are doing, we want to bring to every country in the world.
Now, we are very honored to have Ms. Irena Muzova actually here as our guest via the phone. I hope it works. Ms. Muzova is Director of Equality and Union Citizenship at the European Commission. What are the main topics the EU Commission is currently working on concerning the LGBT plus workplace?
Diversity is a core value of the European Union, and the motto United in Diversity is a commitment that is at our heart of all our political work. And our President, Ursula von der Leyen, clearly stated last month that equality was one of her top priorities in her first State of the European Union speech. And let me quote from her, "I will not rest when it comes to building a union of equality, a union where you can be who you are and love who you want, without fear of recrimination or discrimination. Because being yourself is not your ideology, it's your identity, and no one can ever take it away."
If you are now sad that you could not participate in all the streams, which I believe it could be the case, let me inform you that you will receive the results of all the work streams, so they will be sent to you after the event.
Well, this event was really special for us in any case, as for the first time we managed to spread the word, no matter where you work or what you wear. You were able to listen, to discuss, to share your experiences, and I'm sure there were interesting bits and pieces that you will be able to implement into your organization. In any case, please remain part of this highly engaged community. Our aim is to make everybody understand the value of LGBTI diversity, the value of diversity management in general, of course, and to allow every person to bring his and her full potential into work, without fear of mobbing, without fear of discrimination, and without concerns concerning regarding the career path. We want to be LGBT plus people become as visible and valued as everybody else.